Hello everyone. Are you preparing for an important exam and feel that despite all your effort, something is still missing to ensure success? I completely understand how you feel. Studying for an exam can be stressful, but the secret isn't about studying longer. It's about studying smarter. Today I'm going to share proven study techniques that can truly make a difference in your results. If you want to stand out and feel in control of your preparation, keep watching, because these strategies will transform how you study and lead you straight to success. The spaced practice method is one of the most powerful techniques to ensure you retain content for longer. Instead of studying everything at once, this method suggests dividing your study into smaller sessions and spreading them out over time. By doing this, you give your brain the chance to consolidate knowledge more effectively, ensuring it's stored in long-term memory. This process is far more efficient than trying to memorize everything in one marathon study session, which often hinders retention. When you review content at regular intervals, even after you've already learned it, the process of active recall strengthens your neural connections. This means that when you need to recall the information during the exam, it will be much more accessible in your mind. The review doesn't have to cover everything at once. The key is to revisit what you've studied strategically and in a spaced manner, always respecting your brain's recovery time. This type of active review ensures the material sticks in a solid and lasting way. Additionally, spaced practice helps combat cognitive overload. When you try to study for long hours or cram all the material at once, your brain becomes fatigued, which hampers information retention. Studying in spaced, shorter sessions reduces mental fatigue and keeps your mind alert. This allows you to study more effectively and with greater focus, avoiding the feeling of being overwhelmed by the volume of material. It also keeps you motivated for longer, as the study becomes more manageable and less stressful. Another benefit of spaced practice is constant engagement with the material. Regularly revisiting topics keeps your brain connected to the subject, which strengthens memory and maintains focus. Moreover, as the amount of material you need to review at a time is smaller, it's easier to focus on each part efficiently. This creates a positive cycle where each study session becomes more productive than the last, significantly improving your overall performance. It's worth noting that spaced practice isn't limited to formal reviews. It can be applied to various study methods, such as creating summaries, solving practice questions, or even teaching the material to someone else. Each of these activities requires you to recall information from memory, reinforcing what you've learned. By consistently applying spaced practice, you'll not only increase retention but also enhance your overall performance during exams, as your mind will be consistently trained and ready for challenges. When it comes to studying for an exam or achieving any academic goal, organization is one of the fundamental pillars of success. Having a well-planned study schedule allows you to distribute your time strategically, ensuring all topics are reviewed in advance. By organizing your study, you can allocate periods for each subject, set aside time to review what you've already learned, and most importantly, avoid the stress caused by procrastination. Organization not only improves information retention, but also helps you feel more in control of your preparation. One of the biggest traps students face is the habit of leaving everything until the last minute. While some people manage to study under pressure, the risk of forgetting important parts of the content or feeling overwhelmed increases significantly. The last-minute rush is when anxiety levels peak, and the chances of superficial preparation are high. Creating a schedule and following a planned study routine helps you avoid this pressure and allows you to review the content calmly, absorbing it more efficiently. When you organize yourself properly, you can study in a balanced way. The key here is to divide your time between different activities: theoretical study, practicing exercises, and of course, rest. Studying doesn't need to be an endless marathon. On the contrary, distributing your study load over time and alternating focused sessions with short breaks is one of the best ways to keep your mind fresh and productive. Remember, it's the quality of your study, not the quantity, that will ensure your performance during exams. Another advantage of good time management is that it helps you prioritize tasks. Not all topics or subjects carry the same weight or level of difficulty, and by planning your schedule intelligently, you can dedicate more attention to areas that require extra study time. Additionally, this approach allows you to make adjustments to your plan if something doesn't go as expected. Having a flexible and well-structured plan helps you maximize your time and maintain steady progress. A well-organized study schedule fosters self-discipline and helps combat procrastination. When you have a detailed plan and know exactly what needs to be done, it's much easier to stay focused and motivated. The temptation to postpone responsibilities diminishes because the schedule brings clarity and structure to your learning process. This way, you can move forward with confidence, knowing you're on the right track to achieving your goals. One of the most effective ways to prepare for an exam is by solving practice exercises and past questions. This practice offers numerous benefits as it familiarizes you with the format and style of questions likely to appear on the exam. Each question you solve is an opportunity to better understand the content and apply what you've studied in a practical way. This not only reinforces your learning, but also makes you feel more comfortable during the exam, as you'll have already encountered similar questions during your preparation. In addition to becoming familiar with the question types, solving past questions is an excellent way to assess your level of preparation. When you attempt a question, you test what you've learned. If you can't solve it, this indicates a gap in your understanding, allowing you to focus on those areas before the exam. Over time, as you solve more questions, your understanding of the material deepens and you can clearly identify areas where you need improvement. Practicing questions is also great for developing time management, an essential skill for good exam performance. By solving past papers, you practice managing your time and learn to cope with the pressure of the clock. This prepares you mentally for the real exam, where you'll need to complete a series of questions within a set time limit. This practice helps increase your mental agility and confidence while reducing the anxiety that can arise when faced with challenging questions on exam day. Do you want to transform your academic future and achieve incredible results? With these 2 exclusive ebooks that I left in the video description, you'll master the application process for American colleges and increase your chances of approval, and also improve your study performance with practical and effective strategies. It's your turn to take the next step towards success. Don't waste time, click on the link now and start building the future you deserve. Another important point is that by solving past questions, you encounter strategies and tricks often used in exams, such as recurring question patterns or frequently tested topics. This allows you to focus on the most relevant areas and prepare in a more targeted and effective way. Continuous practice with these questions helps reinforce the content in your memory and strengthens your learning. As you begin to associate theoretical concepts with practical situations, regularly solving past questions also contributes to emotional and psychological control during exams. Repeating this activity helps reduce tension because when exam day arrives, you'll already be familiar with the process. This lowers uncertainty and anxiety, allowing you to enter the exam room with greater confidence. Thus, solving past questions is a powerful strategy not only for reviewing the material, but also for mentally preparing yourself for the exam. Now you know that exam success depends on smart and strategic preparation. It's not about studying more, but studying better. If you combine effective study techniques with taking care of your health, you'll be ready to tackle any academic challenge with confidence. If you're committed to achieving the best results, remember that every step counts. Every effort you make in studying brings you closer to your goal. The future is in your hands, and with the right choices, you can achieve everything you desire. If you want to learn more about applying to American universities or explore valuable tips to improve your studies and stay focused while preparing for college, just click on the cards I've added at the end of the video. Take advantage and start transforming your future today.